What's up, everybody? Welcome to This Week in Blade. It's your boy Biz, and this is the face you see when your dreams are gonna kill you in reality. Scary motherfucker. If you don't know, we're talking blading here every single week, so if you're new to this series, subscribe. If you're on the gram, follow. Facebook, same shit, etc. Let's start this week off with products. This isn't a physical product or anything, but whatever. I'm not creating a new segment for it. Roller Champions. It's a new video game involving rollerblading. What? We don't have to play honor roll or aggressive inline anymore? Not quite. The game is similar to Rocket League or Rollerball featuring LL Cool J. You skate around a course trying to recover a ball and make it into your respective goal. Mostly geared towards roller skaters or derby, there are some characters with rollerblades. All that to say, there's no grinding. I know, I was sad too. Just put like one rail or something. The game does look interesting, just really slow paced for me. If you're gonna make something like this, give me speed, give me impact, a boost pad or something. I'm really trying my hardest not to sound like a hater here. People got a chance to try the game for free on PC this week. If you got a chance to play it, let me know how it is in the comments below. My mind can be changed. Also, since we're talking about video games and we're not getting rid of our copies of Honor Roll just yet, people have started making park mods for the game. The game has been stale for quite some time, with the creator somewhat abandoning it once his team left. Last thing he posted was the game loading on a PS4, but that was like years ago. Eric Richardson of the Honor Rollers page created Stoke Plaza. He should have it ready in about a month or so. They're always looking for more people to help mod the game, so if you know what you're doing in that aspect, hit them up. Check out the link in the description for more information. That's it for products. This week, we're doing a profile. Making it a year filming for a channel is not an easy task. I'm like halfway through and I'm drowning here. I haven't seen my family in months. Kenneth Scott has been having blading on the brain for quite some time now. Celebrating the channel's first birthday, I got a chance to sit down and talk with the homie about creating a channel, producing content, and more. We're sitting here with the big homie again, and thank you for being on the show, man. I appreciate it. We're just talking about everything going on with your channel and life, man.
Blading on the Brain. Check it out. Subscribe.
Right. Mondays at 5.
We're people, so like if you subscribe to his,
you should subscribe to his, and then.
And we don't do the same thing because that'd be stupid.
What made you start your Blading on the Brain channel?
You want the long or the short? So the long story is
condensed.
Yeah,
story.
the long story is I had a crazy accident skating. Fell. I hit my head. That just changed my perspective on life in general. There's nothing like being close to death to make you think about life in a whole new light. And so as part of recovery, I just one day just like was walking the dog and was like, I'm gonna whip out this camera phone and take a quick little journal entry. And then I was like, that felt really good. So ultimately it was started because I felt like I needed a place to express myself and like who I was and what all the changes were that were happening. And it was really awesome because it also became a place where I could talk about safety and like my experience and why I wear a helmet. And then I was like, oh, well, I can also make helmets look cool. I skate good, let me do that.
True.
And so that's how it's evolved.
It's crazy because when I watched like the first one and like the kind of the intro, the setup, and you said you were just walking the dog, it was just a simple day at the park and nothing all that serious.
No. Not even a little bit. Like I almost died on a soul grind.
Yeah.
So wax everything, people. I don't care what skateboarders say. Wax
everything.
All like spray wax. Wax saves lives. Helmet saves lives. So
Sure does.
Wax.
So we've met a couple of times to be blading, and it seems like you're getting your groove back, Stella. What's been like the best and worst parts about getting back to like where your skating was?
The worst part is understanding that my skating will never be like it was.
Right.
I in general will never be the same person that I was before my injury, and so when I got hurt, I had no balance. Like I could not stand on one foot.
Really?
And like hold my balance for more than like 10 seconds. There were those moments where just like a general stretch before skating would feel like a real arduous task. I'd be like, oh my God, how am I gonna hold this pose? I can't even balance. I think like it's just cool to be able to skate again.
Right.
It's part of who I am. And so I kind of had to let go of this idea that I'd be skating like I was before, because to be honest, going into 40, like that year, I was skating better than I've ever skated. Like my body was in prime condition. I had been like skating regularly for like a year, filming, and like I was at my prime right before I fell. And so, you know, I think that was the hardest part, was like, A, am I ever gonna skate again? Because there was time when I was like, I don't even think this is gonna be possible. My doctors, shout outs to the doctors because I'm disobeying all your orders, but they said no, don't do that.
Yeah.
To be able to skate is great.
Right.
Period. Hands down. To be able to get better at it every time, it just reminds me of why I do it.
What's the weirdest thing trying to get back to skating? I know you said the balance thing, but what else is just kind of like the weird one trick that's just I used to do this over and over again.
Oh man, blading almost killed me.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the hardest part. Blading almost killed me, and I got to do it all the time because I love it. It's like a love-hate relationship.
Right.
And I don't hate it; it just hates me somehow.
It's like a toxic relationship.
It is. It is. I love it. It gives me great cardio, but in the same time, it almost killed me. And so, I think that part. There are tricks that I want to do backslides. I love backslides. I was so good at backslides. There's a fear moment. It took me a long time to try soul grind, because that's the trick that took me out. So I could royale for a while, and I was like, souls, oh no. So I was talking with the homie Sasha. Yeah. That episode, check that episode out. Interview with Sasha, and he said something to me that really changed my outlook. Yeah. It was at this point you should feel confident because you're protected. So you should be able to go at it with a new level of well, let me try something new. Right. And so in my last video, I did an alley-oop unity. Yeah. I haven't done an alley-oop unity since before my son was born. No joke. Really? 10 years.
Wow.
And it's not because I don't know how to do that trick. I just stopped doing it.
Are you saying alley-oop unity, but you mean front Savannah?
Cut. This is for the next time we talk about Savannahs. If Biz don't got no toes, because I went all Harlem Nights on him. If he don't have no toes. Get rid of that real quick.
You put out content every week, Mondays at 5. Check that out. What's the process been like creating videos, figuring out what you're going to skate, do that day?
What I think is awesome about your channel is it has a really nice format, right? I can expect it. I look forward to it, right? I'm like, wheels and deals. Okay, wheels and deals. Yay, right? Let's get social, right? My channel's a little different because it's a little more organic in terms of I get to skate on Sundays. I don't get to skate on Saturdays when all the homies skate. Right. So it's kind of who's available to skate Sunday. So sometimes it's me skating solo. Sometimes I get a little sesh together with some other people. Saturday is my family day. Right. And that actually comes from being in recovery and being at that point where I'm my family is the most important thing to me. Right. And so there are times where my videos are just about things I'm doing with the family. And it's really I broke it down because I had to make a Facebook page. Right. Check out the Facebook page.
I liked it.
And I was, all right, yay, thank you.
You can have that.
You feel so good inside.
You can have that like and that follow.
I like a good like and a follow. And I had to break it down you got to have your about page. And I was man, it can't be this verbose. So I was it's traumatic brain injury recovery through love, family, and blading. Okay. And that's ultimately what my channel is all about. Yeah, just things I love, like Pokemon, things I love, like my son and my family and how they've supported me through this whole process, and how I'm a blader for life. And even though blading tried to take me out, it's what I do. And so that brings me a lot of joy to be able to skate, and it helps me in my recovery.
What advice do you have for anyone that's thinking about making a channel, thinking about putting out content, any kind of things like that?
First thing is be honest, be yourself. I might find that the videos that I put out that I love the most are the ones that are sometimes not even blading related, and they're just about my traumatic brain injury recovery. Yeah. In my episodes, if you go back and look, there's an episode where I realized for the first time that I have manic depressive disorder. I occasionally will flip, and I've never been that way before. Oh, wow. And so the first time that came to light to me, I made an episode about it. There's an episode where I'm talking to my wife, and in it she's like, no, those are the symptoms of depression. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I guess I'm a little bit depressed. So be honest, right? Because that's the content that I feel like people really relate with, is the content that's honest, and then be regular. I've watched you. We were skating. This is real talk about the dedication this man has. We were blading. Yeah. Something he always talks about he wants to do more of. And we were doing it, and he was like, I gotta go. I gotta go make the next whip. And I was like, I feel you. Because to be consistent is what drives viewership, or at least, that allows people to know that there's something coming up. They get excited for that next drop. And on the way to 52, there were a lot of Wednesday drops, some Sundays, some Saturdays, where I was just trying to figure out what was the right day, what was the right schedule for me. You can look up analytics, and they'll tell you what day is the perfect day and what's the time. But honestly, if you can't do that on a consistent basis, don't worry. Right. Do what's consistent for you. And Mondays, 5 o'clock, that works for me.
Plug.
Blading on the brain.
I want to thank you for taking the time out to be on the show, man. I really appreciate it. Blading on the Brain, Mondays at 5. After this show, watch that because it's dope. So, this is it for Profile on the big homie Kenneth Scott. We're going to get into some videos. In 1992, Barcelona went through a lot of changes with the Olympics coming to town. This brought new shapes in architecture, which means brand new spots. Adrià Saa, with the help of Mark Moreno, destroyed all of them. This is also the second Michael Jackson song I've heard in a European edit this month. This one makes sense though. This is one of my favorite edits of the week for a couple reasons. One, I've never seen any of these spots in Barca before. Two, extremely good skating. Adrià has this shit fine-tuned and swagged out. And three, when's the last time you've seen anyone with their pants over their skates that rides this good? I'm waiting. Seriously, a good project, you need to check that out. Shop Task presents Gary Vibes, part of the Task Around series. It's a 25-minute long Big Wheel VOD featuring Leon Basin, Brian Long, Danny Beer, and more. The trailer is intense as hell. It just has them sprinting towards the camera as an introduction, except for Leon. He's too smooth for that. Eric Burrow even crashes a wedding for his. This video is available for purchase on Big Cartel. Link to that is in the description below. Remember when I said that every time something comes out from USD, they give it to Sam Cross to kill it in? Well, that's true for Aeons, but for the misspelled shadows, they give that to Eugen. When I read Eugen's shadow edit, I was like, what? Like, really? Not gonna lie, it looks weird. I wasn't ready for it. Montre got a pair too, and I'm really not prepared for that. He kills it in his edit though. Don't be mistaken. That boy can kill it on just shoes. His negatives are more on point than they were before. I didn't know they could get more on point. I personally think the skates look dope. That high top step outliner, mwah. Cult Shadow fans are still on the fence, and I wrote Shadow correctly here. Let me know what you think about them in the comments below. Mathias and Danny have decided that small wheels, grooves, and sole plates have gotten, as they call it, quite old. They dropped all that and started getting busy on just a basic pair of fitness skates. And the results are actually quite dope. I like it a lot. I wasn't expecting to, but I do. FSK is an edit that the two put out, mashing around Barcelona and overall just killing it. Made me want to get a pair. I'm not gonna do grinds in them, but you know, rolling around is fun too. Last video update this week, Rich Breeds. He's in a documentary made by the homie Ollie where he talks about his addiction to alcohol and his recovery through skating. It's really something that you should watch to learn more about the homie and get insight on addiction. The thing that's crazy to me that I took away from this doc is just how the minds of people with addiction work. Going from drinking to coffee and cigarettes and finally to blading. It's a really strong piece and I think you should take the time out to watch it. Okay, that's it for videos. Let's get social. Joey Lunger has a part on TooEasy's page and I'm biased. But he's better than all of you and there's nothing you can say to me about it. I mean, be honest, can you do this? I didn't think so. I can't either. That's how I know. Big homie Brandow threw on his best undershirt, tucked that fucker in, and put out some clips on the gram for the Roces team skate. He does this gate run thing that I hated at first, I'm not gonna lie. But then it grew on me, and now I like it, because I can't do it. Also, wall ride 3 out. I see you, Brandow. We paying attention. Nick Lomax reminds us that summer's here and it's time to be in the pool, but you must lace your front torques first. Are you running out of spots in Barca and just jumping in the fountains? Because that's what it looks like to me. Everyone, if you're gonna grind, make that shit count. Beat did. He found this long ass down ledge in Luxembourg. I have no idea what that is, but they're the land of the long. That's what she said. Everything's fine and dandy here. Long ass back farf, long ass topsail, all fun and games. But this long ass true miz took cojones. All of them. Keep killing it, homie, and keep proving why Trigger gave you them skates. I think that's gonna do it for this week in Blade. Make sure you like this video and comment your favorite news below. BladerUnion.com. You should already know. I don't have to keep telling you this. Make sure you're following them to keep up to date with everything happening in the blading world. Also, make sure you're following my social media for updates on Twib and my swaggy ass skating clips and getting right back into it, baby. You know me. For this week's Ender, Everett got darker than Akon on this one. And that's dark. That's like real dark. That's like Anakin killing everybody dark.